and welcome to this week's episode of Bringing Back the Smile with myself, Dave Sheahan, high performance consultant and dedicated for over 25 years now to educating, motivating, and inspiring people just like you all over the world to lead their best life and most importantly, to work towards happiness. Happiness should be the end game for you, just like everybody, just like it is for me in life. You live once, it's important you live fully. You do what you want to do in terms of what you want to achieve in life. You become the person that you have the potential to become. You turn your dreams into reality and so on. Now, again, bringing back the smile basically was born out of what's gone on for the last year and a half, where we're incessantly bombarded with negativity and fear mongering, and so much negative emotions and negative energy has been created. And this is why I wanted to create this show, to counteract it, to bring you some positive messages, to bring you some positive information, positive stories. Like we've had some great stories along the way so far in the various shows. I've given you some tips I hope has helped you. It's been wonderful getting the messages, the private messages from people saying that different aspects of different shows has helped them to see a different perspective in life, to feel a bit happier, even just a simple thing of smiling at people as you're walking past them, acknowledging people. That alone has had a huge reaction. That simple thing, that tip, that little simple action you can take to just acknowledge anyone that comes, within your path, to smile at them, nod at them, say hello, how are you, whatever it might be, because we are human, we are emotional beings. We should be acknowledging each other. We should be aiming always to have a positive impact on others, and something as simple as a smile can have such a huge impact. So if we just flip that switch, that's off for the day, because of different things happen. Because life is tough, life is challenging, life is like a roller coaster, and it's important for us to help each other and support each other. And it has never been more important, because again, for 14, 15 months, we've been bombarded on a psychological, emotional, vibrational, and mental level, and people are suffering. And I'm very passionate about helping people, with their mental health. And mental health is everything. Remember, your mind's a control tower. Okay? Your mind's a control tower. And at the end of the day, our thought process leads to feelings. Those feelings lead to actions, and those actions lead to results, which leads to the reality that we're living in. So it's very important that you create a positive mindset. You have positivity in your head. You feel good within yourself. You create good energy, because that not only serves you, it also serves anyone else you come in contact with, because the energy you give off has an impact on other people. So if you're giving off negative energy, that's having a negative impact on them. If you're giving off positive energy, it's having a positive impact on people. Think of people that you love to be around. It's because they make you feel better. Think of people you hate to be around. It's the total opposite impact. And they can be friends and family. I'm not talking about just strangers, I'm talking about anybody. So it's important for us to create this energy, create this positive energy, and it's up to ourselves to do so. And remember, your mind's a control tower. So we need to work on our minds always. And I'm always stressing this to people. Mindset's everything. And after the last 14 months, and it's still ongoing, and who knows how long, this fear mongering and negativity will continue. And unfortunately, majority of people listen to it and taking it on board and consuming it. But we need to counteract it. And the only way to counteract negativity is with positivity. The only way to counteract bad stories is with good stories. The only way to counteract negative information is with positive information. And this is what I try to do in Bringing Back the Smile. And this is what I hope this show is doing for you now, and will continue to do for a long time. As I said, feedback's been fantastic, and people are putting things into action. That's what I want you to do. Now, on this particular show, I want to focus on a message on a post that I put up only a couple of days ago that has had a huge reaction across social media. And I put it up because it was a very powerful message. It's a story, and it's from a kid's eyes. And it's really powerful, and it's made some people very emotional, and people have private messaged me or commented on the post to tell me that they had tears in their eyes, that they've cried. It touched them, and it touched me deeply as well. And it's got amazing life lessons for all of us. Okay, so I'm going to go through that now. Next, check out this image now. Now, that's the image. So you see there, like the skeleton, just like a X-ray scan showing a human and a dog. Okay. And again, it's about a dog and the dog's impact on our lives. Now I'm going to read out this story. So pay attention to it, okay? Pay attention to what I'm saying, and I'm going to discuss a little bit. So, as I said, this is incredible and very touching, beautiful story. So pay attention, okay? Why dogs live less than humans? Okay, so why dogs live less than humans? This is the title of the story, let's say. Here's the surprising answer of a 6-year-old child, okay? And we all know that children are amazing. They have amazing energy. They fear nothing. They see things totally different to the way adults do. And, in many ways, they see things for what they are. They question everything. And this is the problem as adults. As we become adults, our questioning ability gets wiped out by the system, by the education system, work system, study system, every kind of system, societal conditioning, media, all these things. And this is something that we need to counteract, and something I'm always stressing. Question everything. Like, even if I say something, don't just take it on board because I said it, question it. Do your own little bit of research. You're looking into things, trust your own gut, listen to your own gut, and judge off that in what's actually true. So, why dogs live less than human? Here's a surprising answer of a 6-year-old child. Being a veterinarian, I had been called to examine a 10-year-old Irish wolfhound named Belker. The dog's owners, Ron and his wife Lisa, and their little boy Shane, were all very attached to Belker, and they were hoping for a miracle. I examined Belker and found he was dying of cancer. I told the family we couldn't do anything for Belker and offered to perform the euthanasia procedure for the old dog in their home. As we made arrangements, Ron and Lisa told me they thought it would be good for 6-year-old Shane to observe the procedure. They felt as though Shane might learn something from the experience. The next day, I felt a familiar catch in my throat as Belker's family surrounded him. Shane seemed so calm, petting the old dog for the last time, that I wondered if he understood what was going on. Remember, he's only 6. Within a few minutes, Belker slipped peacefully away. The little boy seemed to accept Belker's transition without any difficulty or confusion. We sat together for a while after Belker's death, wondering aloud about the sad fact that dogs' lives are shorter than human lives. Shane, who had been listening quietly, piped up, "I know why." Startled, we all turned to him. What came out of his mouth next stunned me. I'd never heard a more comforting explanation. It has changed the way I try and live. He said, people are born so that they can learn how to live a good life, like loving everybody all the time and being nice, right? The 6-year-old continued. Well, dogs already know how to do that, so they don't have to stay for as long as we do. Live simply, love generously, care deeply, speak kindly. Remember, if a dog was a teacher, you would learn things like, when your loved ones come home, always run to greet them. Never pass up the opportunity to go for a joyride. Allow the experience of fresh air and the wind in your face to be pure ecstasy. Take naps. Stretch before rising. Run, romp, and play daily. Thrive on attention and let people touch you. Avoid biting when a simple growl will do. On warm days, stop to lie on your back on the grass. On hot days, drink lots of water and lie under a shady tree. When you're happy, dance around and wag your entire body. Delight in the simple joy of a long walk. Be faithful. Never pretend to be something you're not. If what you want lies buried, dig until you find it. When someone is having a bad day, be silent, sit close by, and nuzzle them gently. That's the secret of happiness that we can learn from a good dog. So isn't that just a fantastic, touching, beautiful, insightful story from the words of a 6-year-old called Shane about his dog Belker? It's pretty amazing, how simple happiness can be. And it's like I said at the start of the show, this show is about us striving towards happiness, moving towards happiness. And as I've said in previous shows, societal conditioning has made us think that happiness is about things and possessions and money and power and that whole world of success as we see it, when that's not the case at all. And we can get happiness in the simplest of things. Like, look at a dog. Something as simple as lying in the sun or lying in the shade, going for a walk, going for a joyride, hanging out with you as his owner. Dogs get such pleasure out of the simplest of things. Look how happy a dog is to see you when you come in. Look how happy a dog is when you go to get his lead. Look how happy a dog is when you're about to give him some food or water. Simple pleasures. We as humans have become so consumed with this societal conditioning picture of what success, fulfillment, and happiness should be. This unattainable level of what those things supposedly mean, instead of being totally in tune with what to us is happiness, fulfillment, and success. Because we all have our own perception, as I've spoken on previous shows about. We have our own idea what it is. And happiness at a very basic level can be so simple. But society has made us deeply unhappy. It has made us want so much. It has created a society that is very selfish, very self-centered, very greedy, always wanting more, never happy, never present. When was the last time they were truly present with those who matter? When were you truly present? When were you intuitive enough to know that someone was just having a bad day, wasn't feeling very good, and that you were a good listener to them? When did you last take simple pleasures in simple things that didn't even cost any money? These are the kind of things that we can learn from just that simple story, and from dogs, and not even just dogs, but all animals are different. They share this kind of common characteristic. There is this kind of unconditional love. And it doesn't matter if it's a pig, it's a cow, it's a horse, it's a dog, it's a cat. They're all different, but they all have this unconditional love, which is amazing. And for anyone who's had a pet, if you've had a pet, you understand this. The love that they give is incredible, and their intuition is incredible. Like that story said, when, for instance, if I was having a bad day, your dog picks up on that energy, because we are energy. But humans don't seem to tune into this energy at all, in terms of the energy they give off, or the energies that other people are giving off that they should take notice of and feel. Animals notice. This is why animals always gravitate towards people who are kind. If someone's not really a kind person, they're kind of an angry person, they've got lots of issues that kind of way, animals typically don't go towards them. And if anything, they growl at them. Think about it. Think of people you know, or even if it's you could be one or other of those two situations, people you know and people you've seen. What else is like that, or who else is like that? Children. Children are the same. Children gravitate toward people who give off good energy, who are living intentionally with love. Think about it. Again, think of your own experience with children, especially other people's children and strangers' children. Have they gravitated towards you, or have they kind of nearly repelled away from you? They cried, or if they smiled, if they laughed, if they crawled towards you, if they crawled away from you? How have they reacted when you've gone near them? Now obviously it's not a complete generalization, doesn't happen all the time, but people who are kind-hearted, people who live a good life, people who lead with love as their reason for everything they do, people who do things for others without any expectation of something in return, people who lead lives who want to make a positive impact on other people, give off the right kind of energy. People who work on themselves, people who focus on self-growth, personal development, people who understand the importance of self-love, self-care, having confidence in yourself, not being needy. Animals, children, in general, people gravitate towards such people. And this is where we can get so much happiness if we just be better people. If you're just a better person, you gain happiness. This is where bringing back the smile comes in. It's like go back to the very first episode where I give you the simple tip of just acknowledge and smile at anyone who comes across your path. Since then, if you've done that, you have felt better by doing that smile and acknowledgement, and they have felt better. Even if it didn't show at the time, it will have had some positive impact, because you can't receive something positive without it impacting you. You could have the darkest, blackest heart ever. Someone does something nice to you, it has to give that little chink of light, whether others see it or not. And sometimes that's all we need. We just need that little spark. This is why I stress to you the importance of just acknowledging people and just smiling or saying hello when you're passing them on the street or anywhere it may be. We need to start getting back to very simple, basic human activities, behaviors, and actions. Okay? We need to really simplify down life. Now, I'm all for aiming very ambitiously in how you want your life to look, how you want it to be, what you want to have in your life. If you want to have a Ferrari, if you want to have a 20-bed mansion, if you want to have a yacht, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just having it for the right reason, not having it for status levels or, oh, look at me, or to keep up with the Joneses. That's societal conditioning, and it will not bring you true happiness, because there's always more and more and more. There's always people who have more, and there's always in your circle that you'll attract with that type of mentality, people who again just compete and have more all the time, and that doesn't bring you happiness. There's people who live in the slums of India and other places who have literally nothing, who don't even have shoes, and they are far happier than the vast majority of people in the Western world who have so much more than a huge percentage of people in the Eastern world. These people are happy and they've got nothing. Why? Because they don't know any different. And they take simple pleasure from simple things. Simple pleasure from a bit of drinking water, a bit of food, a little bit of shelter, some crappy shoes that were thrown out that they can now take. These type of things. Again, I'm just throwing out like simple examples. But the main thing is they take pleasure for simple things. It's like going back to the story with the dog with Belker. Look what he got pleasure from. Being taken for a walk, being out in the sun, being in the shade, playing with you, nuzzling into you, getting fed, getting water. That's just some of them. Not to mind playing, throwing toys, all that kind of stuff. Animals get simple pleasure. We can do the same. There's so much you can gain happiness from in life without paying a cent. But again, we're conditioned to think that we have to spend money to enjoy ourselves. We have to spend money to be happy. So if we don't have money to spend, then we can't be happy. It's such a ridiculous, I don't know what would you call it, ridiculous kind of perception, I suppose, that people have. But it's been created and it's drilled into us from TV, from media, from marketing, from magazines, from everything. Public perception is that that's what's needed to be happy, when the reality is very far from that. The more you immerse yourself in societal conditioning of what happiness means, the less chance you have of being happy. You need to pull things right back. I've spoken in previous episodes about gratitude and the importance of gratitude. So it's very important that you focus on gratitude. Okay, what have you got to be grateful for? And every day you've got loads to be grateful for. So, I want you to go back again, think about what I said with Belker's story. Think about Shane, 6-year-old, reflecting on his buddy having to be put to sleep and reflecting on why his life is so short versus humans and what do us humans need to do, why are our lives longer, is an incredible perspective, and so true, so true. Animals and dogs in particular give off love their entire life. There's no badness in them, no malice in them. They love unconditionally. Whereas humans go through a lot of their life with negative emotions consuming them, negative energy consuming them, and negative energy being given off. Always wanting more, always more, always wanting different, instead of looking at what you have and thinking, well, aren't I so lucky? And again, getting pleasure out of the simplest things in life, because there are so many things that are so simple in life that we can get pleasure from. I think of people in your life who just being with them brings you joy. Think of children, whether they're your own children or grandkids or just children in general or friends' kids. Think of the joy you get from when you're around them. A nice sunny day, a nice book, a nice walk, just being in nature, going for a swim. Endless, absolutely endless. So I want you to learn something now from Belker and Shane's story. It's a beautiful story, and I wanted to share in this particular episode of Bringing Back to Smile, because again, I'm bringing back to Smile. I want to share information with you, whether it be stories, whether it be people, whether it be information or tips or strategies that will have a positive impact in your life. Because when you have a positive impact in your life, you're going to get more ability to smile, feel better within yourself, have better self-love, have better energy, and enjoy life more. And life is for enjoying. You need to focus on enjoying your life, because it's there to live, it's there to enjoy, and there to live fully. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of Bringing Back to Smile. It's a little bit different to what we've done before, but again, important life lessons and important lessons towards moving towards happiness. And I hope you will put into practice some of what you learned from Belker and Shane's story and start to live more consciously and start to focus on very simple things that will bring you happiness, and also should improve your role in positive impact on other people in the way you live and the way you behave and the way you act. Please send us in any feedback, any comments, any questions. We'd love to hear what you thought of this particular episode. Your feedback is super important to us, just as much as letting us know, what type of topics you'd like us to cover. If you've got a story, an uplifting story, send it in to us, or let us know if you'd like to even come on the show and have a chat with me live. Or again, you can always send things in anonymously. If you know someone who's making a very positive impact on other people and making a difference, contact us and let us know. We'd love to chat to that person and get their story. Remember, Bringing Back to Smile is about uplifting everybody. We need uplifting. Everyone does every single day. Remember, your mind's a control tower. So let's uplift ourselves. Let's feel better. And when we feel better, we give off better energy. We positively impact each other. And as a whole, the better we are energetically, the more positive the whole world will be. That's it from me, Dave Sheahan, on Bring Back the Smile. Hope you enjoyed. Look forward to speak to you on our next episode.